employees' threshold in France and their HR consequences.
When a company increases its workforce from 11, 20, 50 or 200 employees, this can have consequences. New reporting obligation, change in social security contribution rates, and so on. What are the social obligations when reaching a threshold? From 1 to 10 employees, the declaration of employment of disabled workers must be done every month in the Registered Social Declaration, DSN. The single professional risk assessment documents must be established in the enterprise. The participation in continuing vocational training at 0.55% on the gross wages and the apprenticeship tax at 0.68% on the gross wages have to be paid. The FNAL, National Housing Fund, is due at 0.10%. When your workforce reaches 11 and up to 49 employees, it is the same as above, but the participation in continuing vocational training grows from 0.55 to 1%. The employer must contribute to the financing of the supplementary death and disability benefits. The social package is 8% on employers' contributions for supplementary pensions. The employer must pay the mobility transfer payment. The enterprise have to have a social and economic committee, CSE. When your workforce reaches 50 and up to 199 employees, it is the same as above, but the FNAL is due at 0.5% instead of 0.1%. The internal rules règlement intérieur have to be displayed. Companies have to contribute to the participation in the construction effort, called 1% housing. Every company must build a catering room for its employees. And above 200 employees, it is the same as above, and the employer must create an union room for the union representatives of the company, local syndical. Finally, on a tax point of view, it can exist the taxes based on the salaries when an employer is not subject to payment of the VAT or less than 10% of its turnover is subject to VAT for some specific activities such as insurance, training or education. With regard to the thresholds we have just mentioned, and in order to reduce the impact on companies, threshold smoothing mechanisms are, in some cases, put in place. They allow the rate changes to be spread over time.